Hello everybody, this is Carlos. We're gonna do Nintendo 64 games discussion, the top 10 at least. But we're gonna stick with at least 6 because there's not much here, so I might go beyond 6, but we'll see. Okay, so the number 1 game for Nintendo 64 is Zelda. Okay? Zelda 64. Ocarina of Time is a very timeless classic. Okay? As soon as you make your first step into the game, you're gonna be met with a beautiful sight, beautiful music, and the controls felt very good for its time. It has been ported to other consoles and services. Let's put it that way. It has a sequel here. Hold on here. Majora's Mask. But, yeah, see? Majora's Mask. But the thing is, what I don't like about it is the whole idea of beating the game under a certain amount of time. Who thought that was a good idea? I understand trying to be innovative. I understand that, but under a certain amount of time. Who thought that was a great idea? That's no. And then you have to do some missions under a certain amount of time to beat the game, and it's just like, why? Just let the game be, bro. So, my number 2 game is F-Zero X. My number 3 is Perfect Dark. It has some choppiness, but it's still a great multiplayer mayhem fun. What's up? What are you doing? Sorry, my dog is just walking around like a crazy little dog right now. So that's 3. I think now it's 4. Okay, so number 4 is Star Fox 64. A major improvement over Star Fox on Super Nintendo. I like Star Fox for Super Nintendo, but it has some choppiness to the design, and the ideas has like some kind of inverted control style thing, which another game employs here. Just in a minute. So Star Fox 64 came with like a rumble box, such a big box. We don't have it anymore, but yeah. So Star Fox 64, that's number 4. Number 5, Extreme G. That's a stark contrast to F-Zero X, because F-Zero X has six. Even back then, for Nintendo 64, you couldn't get like 60 frames per second. F-Zero X did that. And it was, the difference here is Extreme G has some choppiness. I chalk it up to the developer, which is Acclaim, not understanding the architecture of Nintendo 64 to get it to like run very well. They didn't understand it very well. Okay, so number 6. It's a toss-up between Turok, which is available on everything, Turok 2, available on everything, and Doom 64, available on everything. But purely for the adventure, I would go with Turok. Okay? Turok has an adventure style first-person shooter design. Doom 64 is a little creepy. Even today, it is very creepy. For the most part, the game is kind of like a remake to Doom 1, but with new levels, new ideas, new everything. And then they added like the atmosphere to the game, which is creepy. Alright, so number 7. And this is a little hard for me because they are both Midway games. Right here it says Williams, but it's actually Midway. Okay, so number 7 is Gauntlet Legends. If you play it in the arcades, the game is crisp, smooth, feels responsive. But on Nintendo 64, like the other Acclaim games, the developer did not understand how to use the Nintendo 64 nearly as much. Kind of like Perfect Dark. Yeah. Perfect Dark is it's a good game. It's just that they didn't optimize the design to work with Nintendo 64 nearly as much. Gauntlet Legends, it chops sometimes. It felt clunky sometimes. And I'm not talking about controls. I'm talking about the animation. And sometimes you skip frames, and then enemies hit you. You lose some part of frames, and you're not able to beat some bosses or enemies. So yeah, that's my number 7. So I'll just go ahead and end that right there. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later.